I felt good about how we competed tonight. You know, the NBA provides you times of the season where there's adversity, and you know, obviously with that Trey and JJ, you know, I thought our guys really competed, and obviously the game didn't finish on a high level for us, and but I don't necessarily feel like the score is indicative of how hard we played throughout portions of the game, and we got some great efforts from our bench as well.
You kind of put these last two games together with the Nets, and tonight you guys fought all the way to the end. What does that say about you know, you guys running cold or running out of gas in those last two matchups after such hard fights?
Well, I think those two games you have to look at differently. Obviously, the Brooklyn game was one possession, and you know, I thought tonight, you know, our execution in the last 5 minutes of the game, we got outscored by a good margin. So two different situations, but I think the positive part of that, I think, is the way we did compete throughout and at the end of the game, it's not like we weren't still competing. We just didn't execute. And that's something, you know, we've got to continue to dig in and work on, particularly when when we don't have certain guys, we have to adjust a little bit. And, you know, we didn't have success late.
Quin, he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody, but could you comment on Patty Mills' performance and what he did?
Yeah, you know, I think that's who he's been as far as the way that he plays. You know, he puts a stamp on the game with his defense, you know, with his activity, his energy, his voice. And, you know, for him he's, you know, it's the epitome of, you know, stay ready. And he hasn't been playing, obviously, and then gets an opportunity. And I thought that group changed the game. You know, when they came in the first quarter at the end there, it really gave us a boost, and it showed on the scoreboard too. You know, and then as we subbed back in, our level stayed high. You know, Trent as well. You know, I thought, you know, it's not easy to play against Patrick Beverley, pressuring you 90 feet. You know, but that's what Patty's done, and you know, just have tremendous respect for him as a player, and it also is reflective of, I think, who he is as a person and who he is as a teammate.
In that same vein, just the overall play from the guards in the absence of Trey, DeJounte, everybody, just what did you see from those guys? It seems they had a lot of patience.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, we talked about, you know, you have to have kind of a next man up mentality. And when you're down guys, whether it's, you know, guys playing more extended minutes, you know, new situations. And again, I think the litmus test there is just you're competing, and it's not always going to be perfect, but you know, we had that tonight, and from those guys you mentioned.
Specifically in that second quarter, you guys had 45 points. You were down, came back and took the lead. What did you see from your team that you liked in that second?
Well, we had some stretches where we got some shots and took them. I think the more aggressive we are with, you know, when we have some space, and a lot of it comes down again. We know we're getting stops and playing in transition, but you know, that group was really connected, and we're able to generate shots together, and created multiple actions, and you know, that makes us harder to guard, and I think it helps us defensively as well.
Quin, I wanted to ask about just some of those turnovers in that fourth quarter, particularly in the last 5 minutes or so. You guys had, I think, 8 for the first 3. Just when you're getting into games that are that close and that tight, how difficult is it to maybe maintain some of that focus, or, you know?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it goes to your point earlier, you know, with a couple guys that handle the ball for us out. You know, and give credit to Philadelphia. Their pressure, I think, can speed you up, and you know, particularly when the game slows down more, they have more of an opportunity to pressure you. We were trying to continue to run during those stretches, whether it be on makes or misses. But you have to be that much more precise in your execution when you play against pressure. If your spacing isn't right, they pick you up. Who takes it out? Which corner are you in? If you're in a corner, how quickly do you get into a play when someone's being pressured up the court? Everybody's got to have an awareness that that's going on in the game, because you need all 5 guys in order to execute.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.